Okay. All right. Let me check my audio. Can I hear myself? I can hear myself. Okay. I think I am streaming. Um, we already have emotes from Gibson Lens. I love them all. I mean, we already knew about eyes, but Puyo. So I used to play Puyo Puyo a long time ago. So I know what a Puyo Puyo is. But anyway, welcome in Gibson Lens and Charlie's Beats. How are you guys doing tonight? Gibson Lens, hopefully you had a glorious gig on Friday. The Puyo emote works really well. Yeah, the eyes are very clear, very evident on it, and it's got an expression, so you can use it for something. I saw the 40-second clip or something of you playing the piano. I think it was Manny and Meche was the song. Was the one you were playing. But yeah, it's hard to believe. 2 weeks until Christmas. I've done almost nothing for Christmas. So if you had to ask, am I ready? The answer is no, but that's okay. I guess my easy out is I have a kid. I owe you. But anyway, how are you guys doing? How's everyone? Have you guys been noticing? And I think I just started noticing this a couple days ago, but Twitch has implemented something where it thinks you're offline all the time until you're actively in the chat window or in like on the stream window. Yes, it was Manny and Meche. Yeah, that one went very well. Awesome. I mean, I would expect so because everybody probably is familiar with that. Where you at your company. But yeah, I've been noticing it's been tougher for me to be in multiple Twitch streams lately. Oh crap! I just dug my fingernail into this. I mean, not that that's bad, but putting on my cheating fingers, and now I have a fingernail mark. I don't know if you guys probably won't be able to see it. Yeah, it's, but it is there. I noticed that today. Then it went away. Oh, then it went away, huh? Interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I'm like, huh, if I'm seeing this, maybe other people are seeing it, but yeah, so that was strange. Not this, the Twitch thing. All right. So I've been practicing a few new things. Actually, let me see if I can do one really quick right now. Mostly just as warm up. Oh my god, I mangled magician choice and I still got it. Alright, beautiful. Oh, hold on. Is that accurate that there's no boss tricks, or are there boss tricks? Um, I have to consult my spreadsheet. Oh no, we have boss tricks from last time. Hold on, I have to update that to say 2. Maybe 2 plus, but really 2. Choice. Edit. Okay, alright. Okay, here's my warm up. So we have 3 of hearts, top 2 cards, and the 8 of hearts. I'm going to go ahead and take the 8 of hearts and place it on the bottom. Place the 3 of hearts on the top. And if I snap, 8 of hearts should come up to the top. Now you're probably wondering, where's the 3 of hearts? And that's a great question. And, you know, you would normally think, hey, perhaps it's on the bottom because, hey, it's a magic trick. And actually, if I show you, the 3 of hearts is indeed on the bottom. But, believe it or not, maybe you've been misled. Perhaps, what if I told you that the 3 of hearts is actually on the top? And not because I just turned it over, but because it really is on the top. And our 8 is actually still on the bottom. Alright. Nice warm-up. Nice warm-up. Okay. Whew. Alright, so good news, bad news. Life has been busy. My kid has been waking up. Oh my god, those eyes are like perfect for like a reaction, like, huh? But yeah, my kid has been waking up in the middle of the night. I hope she doesn't wake up in the middle of the night tonight, but it's almost been every day, so I'm almost thinking I may have to cut stream short, or I could probably wait a minute to see if my wife gets her, but that's the annoying part. And, oh, thanks. I should probably update that, because I guess technically she's not a baby anymore. She is a toddler now. But, so yeah, that's probably the bad news. Although the good news is I've been inspired and thinking about learning new magic. So I've actually been teaching myself some new tricks lately. So that's good. And the motivation is there. So I'm like, I don't have to like force myself to learn new tricks. I'm just like, I'm just doing like what I was doing when I was super interested in magic initially. So that's good. Obviously the bad thing is I'm not like streaming video games. So at least I did get to the point where I I finished a video gaming project and I sorted out that stuff. And thanks for you guys for helping sort out the technical issues initially. But I don't know. I think when my daughter can sleep through the night without waking up again and having to bother us, I can probably start doing video. So I had some opportunities to do some video game streams, but I was tired, and then also like the risk of her waking up, and I'm just like, all right. So I decided not to stream like video game streams. Toddler. I'm a father before. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you kindly for doing that, Gibson Lance. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah. So, anyway, sorry if anybody was here, is looking for magic and found me talking about dad stuff. But, you know, exclamation point how, if anybody wants to request anything. The queue is empty. I've technically warmed up with one trick. But let's see, what else? Yeah, I did start another video game recently. So if anybody likes kind of like adventure-y type games, so this, when I started playing this, it's called Hand of Fate. And it is similar to what I would call Talisman, but kind of deck building. So you build a deck, and then you are a character, and you walk on a map that is made of like the cards. And when the card flips over, you have an encounter. And then when the encounter happens, you resolve it. So whether it's like a shop or a monster or something like that. And then if it's a fight, you go into like a real time kind of fight. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't like it so much for like the mechanics, because it is very random potentially. However, the story is interesting. It's intriguing enough that I'm like, I want to proceed, because you're seated with a particular game master, and it's like, hey, you should play this game. You're kind of good, and you wonder what's going to happen next. And I'm like, yeah, I do, dude. Thanks for the request, Charlie. So let's see here. I'm going to have to make a prediction. This is perfect pair. I often mix this trick up with another trick. So, alright, we have the deck. I can shuffle it. It doesn't really matter. I don't even know why I'm shuffling it because I need to make a prediction. But let's see. What do I want to do? Okay, maybe this one? Maybe this one? Or this one? Alright. I think I found my prediction. So I'm going to go ahead and place that over here. And then we're going to need a card selected from the audience. I don't think too many people are here. So if anybody wants to click on the screen, heat map, you can select the card. Thanks for requesting that. I think it's been a while since I've done this one, right? It's also like, I was actually thinking about putting the interactive tag on a bunch of tricks, just to see if I can do an interactive thing for a trick, let people know. I think that'd be pretty good. Oh, this is the oldest trick. This is the only one hasn't been done for 3 months. We have 2. Oh, okay. Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How's it going? Okay, we have this one. And then we'll have this one as 2 potential candidates. No, not that one. This one. Okay. Okay, decider. So, out of these, I'm going to reset the heat maps, and then we will have a final round. So, one of those will be the selection. Thanks for shouting out Chan the Magic Man. Gibson Lens. Yeah, if you guys are not following Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan, one of the other few magicians that has a regular magic schedule, does Magic Mondays, and then also makes his own music that we've been enjoying as well on Mondays. So, and also has those cool shade emotes that you just saw right there. Okay, we need a tiebreaker. One of these has to be the selection. Ooh, okay, we have decided. All right. So I will go ahead and say this is the selection. This is the alternate universe card. We'll leave that out for a second, just so that if you guys wanted to see the other alternate universe. Now here's the thing. Here's the prediction that I made. Okay. And here's your card. Now the prediction that I made was this. Was a 5 of diamonds. And now here's the card that you selected, and then here's the alternate universe. So you could have had this. That's a 9 of diamonds. What are the odds that this is the mate of this card? Not Carl's Jr.'s mate, but the mate being in cards the same number and the same color. And if you say 100% because this is a magic trick, you're right! Because here it is. And actually, if you didn't know, the requester of this trick was Charlie's Beats. And Charlie's Beats, in this Twitch deck, has signed the 5 of Hearts. Charlie, how did you know? How did you guys agree? And that, my friends, is a perfect pair. Charlie's taking notes. Charlie, have you seen that one enough? Have you figured out how that one is done? Do you know? I'm just curious. Because I think, Charlie, you've seen like a lot of tricks. So if you see like the same trick over and over again, do you get like additional information on like how it's achieved? Because that's basically what I do when I learn a new trick just watching a performance on YouTube. I just rewatch the video like 80 times. All right, maybe 80 is a little exaggerating. I probably learned a new trick the other day watching it like 6 times. Slowly. slowly. All right. Thank you kindly for the request, Charlie's Beats. And also, if you guys are not following our friend Charlie's Beats, let's give Charlie. Wait. There's multiple people. That's right. I forgot. Chan the Magic Man's here. I have to. Even CHA. There we go. If you're not following Charlie's Beats, please give Charlie's Beats a follow as well. Let's see. I request the older ones, so I see them rotated. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And yeah, thanks for that, Charlie, because I know that you've called me out on a couple of things before. Most notably, you called me out on the hey, didn't you have a deck for the 69 stream? And I'm like, crap. I would have forgotten. I made an investment in that deck because I was like, oh, I'll use this on stream one day. Never use it. And then it was like, oh, 69. Oh my God, Charlie reminded me. It was amazing. So we need an animated eat emote. Oh, that would be brilliant. So I haven't had much time outside of. I haven't really had much time. Period. So I'm making notes because I will have like a week-ish off from work, even though my kid won't have daycare, so I don't know if I'll be able to do too much, but during nap time I should be able to. Animated eat emote, question mark. So maybe by the end of the month there might just be a whole load of new emotes, perhaps. Oh my God, that's so cool, Chan. Chan pellets. Oh, okay, that's exactly what that's for then. Alright, nice. Sweet. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas for emotes, like send them my way. I will consider them. All right, Chan the Magic Man has requested a trick, and it is the ambitious card routine. This is one of my, I would say, most practiced tricks when I was doing my walk around. Yeah, many emote slots to fill. I have a ton of emote slots to fill, for sure. Yeah, when I was doing my walk around for New Orleans and Las Vegas, this was one of the tricks that was seen the most. Although, I didn't end it a certain way because, well, maybe I'll end it that way today. But, yeah, so if you've seen me randomly doing tricks to a bunch of people, you've probably seen this trick. That is one hungry Pac-Man. Yeah, oh my God. So for the people who are not here in chat but end up seeing this later, yeah, look at this Pac-Man, like right here on this line. That's a lot of pellets. Also, if you guys haven't hydrated for a while, please do. Non-stop pellets! Never-ending pellets. Alright, Chan. I'm just going to use the Chan signed card because normally what I would have people do is I would have them select a card, sign a card, and then this is the card that they're magically connected to. So, I mean, this works out because you've signed one. So, here we have the Queen of Clubs. And actually, I learned this, I think, when Chan signed this, that this is actually Chan's favorite card, the Queen of Clubs. Not necessarily this specific Queen of Clubs, but Queen of Clubs in general. Oh yeah, but you can Chan the Magic Man. There we go. Okay, all right. So if Chan was here, I would say, Chan, would you believe? And actually, if Chan was also a layperson, because I know Chan knows what's going on, because Chan is one of the other magicians. But I would say, hey Chan, would you believe that you were connected to this card? And a lot of people would say no, or they would be hesitant. And if they were, I have a new joke that I discovered like in Las Vegas, and I would say, "Oh, I'm not a religion. You don't have to believe. I just want to show you a magic trick." So, but anyway, I grab their card. So in this case, the Queen of Clubs. Take it, place it in the middle of the deck. I can show, hey, look, clearly I'm putting it in right. There we go. And then I ask them to go ahead and snap. Would you believe that that snap has brought it from the center back up to the top? And whether they say yes or no doesn't really matter because it jumps back up. And now, I know a lot of people are like, hey, I've seen this trick a ton of times. Or like I know Gibson Lens saw this trick at least like 24 times, I think, because we hung around a bit. I just did this trick to like everybody. But some people are like, oh, he's a magician. Maybe he finagled that. He fooled me. Ha ha ha. But now here's the part that gets people because I'm like, whoa, whoa, you just got this power. Let's do it again. Go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the deck again. And then if there's somebody around, I'll have them push it in themselves. And after they push it in, I just make sure. You guys didn't see me do anything where I cut the card from the middle back up to the top, right? And actually, if I show you the top card right now, because you didn't snap, it's some other card. That's not your card. But look, go ahead and snap. And go ahead and I show them that their card is back on top. In this case, the Queen of Clubs. You know, it also feels nice right now because I'm actually slowing this trick down. When I was doing it for people, because I was there for a limited amount of time, and like I needed to move from person to person, I would do this a lot faster. I would be like, and so this is arguably relaxing. And not that I didn't have fun and enjoyed it, but it was quite a breakneck pace. For work when I went to New Orleans, I did magic for 4 days. Not that I had to, I just wanted to. But I just wanted to see how many people would sign cards, and I got 159 coworkers to sign cards. So it was pretty crazy. I'm going to leave your card sticking out. Some people think magicians will swap out a card, but you know that I haven't swapped it out because you signed it. And in this case, I can show, Chan the Magic Man had signed the Queen of Clubs. And Chan says, wow! I assume that wow means the 159. Yeah, I showed a lot of magic over 4 days. I'm going to go ahead and stick the Queen of Clubs into the middle of this packet. I'm going to stick this whole packet in and place it in the middle of this packet. And once again, you didn't snap yet, right? This is not your card. That's some other card. Go ahead and snap. I believe that that snap has brought your card back up to the top, because there it is. Now, oftentimes I would end the trick here. Thanks for the snaps, Chan. Excellent. But let me just do one more phase of this. And I did not do this at all because I don't really like bending my cards while while I'm performing. But that's okay. We're going to do it now. Ricky Charms, welcome in, Ricky Charms. How's it going? So I'm going to put a bend. You'll see that I put a bend in there because here's the Chan the Magic Man sign, Queen of Clubs. You can see it with the bend right there. And I'm going to go ahead and slide it into the middle of the deck like this. And now, if I were to just ask, hey Chan, could I just have you go ahead and snap your fingers? And hopefully Chan would snap his fingers. He's a magician, so he can totally do this. So he would snap. Ready? Look at that. I even saw it in chat just when that happened. But see, there's a bend in this card now. And I did not do this at all for anybody because then I'd have to unbend it for the next performance, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, if I show you, there is the Chan the Magic Man signed Queen of Clubs. There are plenty of clap emotes, but not enough snap emotes. Yes, I know. And that, my friends, is basically my standard ambitious card routine. I did like break it down and extend it. I went slow, and then I did do the extra phase at the end, the bent card at the end. So thank you so much for the request, Chan the Magic Man. See, Ricky Charms says, going well, hope you're all doing well. Ricky Charms, thanks for coming in. Hope you're doing well, and I'm doing well for the most part. A little busy and tired, but that comes with a 2-year-old, I guess. 2-year-old and holidays. And actually, I've just finished up a bunch of travel recently, so. Thank you for the claps, Gibson Lens, Charlie's Beats, and the applause. Chan the Magic Man. And let me see here. Actually, yeah, I think Snap might be a good one to consider. Because actually, if I had a Snap emote, I think other people could use it elsewhere. And then I can also consider this a Snap sound alert too. So Snap emote, Snap sound alert. If anybody has any ideas for things to improve stream or change stream or just add to stream, just for like interactivity or just more fun, like let me know. I'm gonna have time in the next 3 weeks potentially to look at things like making changes to the stream. So let me know. Anyway, thank you for the request, Chan. Hopefully you are doing well. Sorry I couldn't make it to your last Magic Monday. It has been like so my daughter has also been going to bed late. So I sometimes get out of her room at like 10:30. It's just like cuz like we'll have this fight. We have like a father-daughter battle in which she's like, I don't want to go to sleep, or once she's accepted that she's going to sleep, maybe she's like, I'm not comfortable, switch the pillows, tuck me in, and I'm just like, so yeah. Kids, man. Pro tip, they will change how you structure your life. I don't want to say it in a negative way in which they change your life, but they do. Like it's not like, hey, if you value your free time, you just kind of have to reprioritize, right? The Trek nerd, welcome in. Ah, yes, kidlet delay tactics. Yeah, that's right. My daughter has just learned like how to use some of these. So anyway, the Trek nerd, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing tonight? All right, everybody. Queue is open. If anyone would like to request anything, feel free. Actually, let me see if there's a... Should I do the new-ish... Oh no, I need a bunch of jokers. I don't have jokers. Hold on, can I use... Maybe I'll have to use like... Can you just use blank cards maybe? Blank cards might be better. Nope. Can't use these. Not blank enough. Charlie has requested a trick. Alright, I'll worry about what I was thinking about later. Thanks for the request, Charlie. Actually, normally this is called the Bluff Aces Assembly, but I'll make this the Bluff Fives Assembly, mostly because Charlie has signed the Five of Hearts. Actually, deep down in my mind, so I'm kind of itching to have like other people sign like the remaining 4 cards in this deck, because I kind of want to, because we've already gotten a couple of cards signed by the mods from the next deck, and I'm like, ooh. So I'm actually also thinking like, which cards do people want? Do people want like to keep their card if they've signed one in the past, or do they want to sign a new one? Like, that's kind of what I'm wondering at the moment. So, all right. So we have, oh, let me turn this over there. We have the 4 5s, and let me introduce them to you. Here we have the 5 of clubs, the 5 of diamonds, the 5 of spades, and the 5 of hearts. I'll leave the 5 of hearts out. Normally we would use the ace of spades as like the leader ace, but because Charlie requested this trick, he'll be the leader of the... Is this your first signed deck? This will be my first signed Twitch deck that I've been doing for this. I've completed a few signed decks, when I was doing performances in real life. Like when I went to Twitch, I had basically the equivalent of an entire deck signed for TwitchCon. And then for New Orleans, I had like 3 decks signed when I went to New Orleans and did like Magic for my coworkers. So anyway, I'm going to place all the fives into a bunch of different piles, and we are going to go ahead and place. Going to place 3 cards onto each pile. So this is what we'll do. Here we are. And for those of you who are not aware of what an ace assembly is, an ace assembly is when we are trying to get all of the aces to go into the same place. Now I know that I said aces, I was just explaining what the typical plot was, but we are using the fives, and so we're going to try and get all of the fives to jump into the same place. And so we need our handy dandy. Ricky Charm says, that would be cool if you have all the cards displayed behind you during streams when you retire the deck. Oh, see, that would be really cool. With the exception that I did say that I was going to leave the deck around to potentially still use for Magic. But that is a great idea, Ricky Charms. I do like that idea. Because instead of permanent... Because at some point the deck will get to a point where I can't use it anymore. Like the card's durability is just not going to work anymore. That could be a good idea. So, alright. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and have the deck sock do its magic on this first pile and transfer a 5 from this pile to this pile. I don't know if you saw, but that 5 has totally moved here. Because now if I show you in this pile, there's actually no 5s here. But if I show you here, we have... like we knew Charlie's Beats, the 5 of hearts was there. Here's some other card, here's some other card, and then there's the 5, that's the 5 of spades. Okay, once again, let's go ahead and have the deck sock touch this pile, and then touch this pile. I don't know if you saw, it was like the most microscopic, like, you know how like there's like tiny wispy threads that just come off the end of the sock, like just barely touched it. That's how much the deck sock has to touch things. Does that sound weird? That sounds weird. But there's no 5s here. That 5 has hopped down here. Now, if you take a look, we once again have our Charlie's Beats, and there's a 5, but we know the 5 of spades has already jumped, but the 5 of diamonds has also already jumped. And now we're going to have the deck sock do the last pile here. Just touch that pile, touch this pile. Charlie's Beats got the lull. I know that there's some American Pie joke in there. I'm not going to make it. It is not the 69th stream today. But just know that I had the thought. I had the thought. Okay, so now if we take a look, we have the 5 of clubs, the 5 of diamonds, the 5 of spades, and of course 5 of hearts. Now you might be thinking, hey, he must be doing some sleight of hand. And I'll be saying, yeah, you're right. You're watching a Sleight of Hand Sunday magic stream on Twitch. Let me go ahead and grab the 5 of hearts and place it into this packet. Now, if you are here, I could ask you to go ahead and just put your hand on that pile and make sure that I can't get to it without you knowing. But I'm just going to go ahead and place my... You know what? Wait. I found a prop that I had the other day. I'm going to go ahead and place this fidget spinner on it, and then I'm going to spin it. Okay, and now you can just watch the video. All right, there we go. So now if you take a look, I have... Does that work? That works pretty well, right? So look, I have the other 5s, but can you believe that I can actually grab that 5 without disturbing the fidget spinner? That would be hilarious, right? Here, watch. 1, 2, 3. It's still spinning. I did slow it down a little bit, but I don't know if you can tell. There's 4 cards over here now. There's 5 of clubs, 5 of diamonds, 5 of spades, and of course the 5 of hearts. And if we take a look at all of the cards, if you would be willing to let your hand off, in this case the fidget spinner, we can take a look, and there are no 5s in there. And that, my friends, is a Bluff Ace assembly, but actually with 5s. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. And actually, this is the introduction of the fidget spinner. I'll tell you about the fidget spinner in a minute. You need a mind blown or blurred eyes emote for sure. I have seriously thought about what a mind blown would look like. I have seen some other. Oh, thank you kindly for the mind blown sound alert, Ricky Charms. Yeah, I've thought about what one would look like. I've seen some other people's mind blown alerts. Mind blown emotes, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Actually, yeah, Gibson Lens has got a couple right there. So that first one, that Ryan Slacko one, that one is really good. I like that one. That was nice. And then I don't know if I've seen this other one, Evo 15. Who did that one? Channel Evo Historical. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with them. Anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, and the mind blown Ricky Charms. Let's see here. Okay, all right. So let's talk about this. So I was doing some cleaning. So also some of the spare time that I had recently, which is not really that much spare, but I was like, if I don't start getting to this, I won't be able to do it. I was cleaning out a bunch of stuff. So I used to play a card game called Android Netrunner. And in Android Netrunner, there is a particular mechanic in the game where you have to hide some money. You can either hide 0, 1, or 2 credits, as they call it. And that's what this fidget spinner was actually supposed to be used for. Because on the other side of this is symbols to represent 0 credits, 1 credit, and 2 credits. And so in that game, it's called playing a side game with your opponent. And so usually if your opponent guesses it correctly, then they don't have to suffer your bad stuff. But if they guess incorrectly, then bad consequences occur or whatever. So all I did was just flipped it upside down. But okay, I can't spin it. Actually, did having one playing card make all the difference? Oh my god, so I can't actually spin it on this. If I have it on a card though, I can spin it because this is a close-up mat, so it has some give to it. And so I guess when I'm pressing it down a little bit just to hold it in place. But that card makes a huge difference. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, so this was meant for that mechanic in that card game. Which, by the way, if you guys have never played the Netrunner card game, I greatly recommend it because it is one of the few card games. It is a 1v1 card game, and it is asymmetrical. So like if you've played other games like Magic the Gathering, Disney Lorcana, Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Effectively, you and your opponent have like the same rules, and you basically follow the same turn structure, and you're limited basically by all the same stuff. Android Netrunner is different because you have 2 players. One player plays a corporation, and you win. You have different win conditions, and even have different deck construction limitations than your opponent. And your opponent's the runner, which is basically a hacker running attacks on your server to try and win their way. The thing is, all of the victory points are inside of the corporation deck, and the runner has no victory points. The runner has to steal the victory points basically from the corporation. And so the rules are different for each player, and the cards are completely. You can't use runner cards in a corporation deck. You can't use runner cards in a corporation deck. You can't use corporation cards in a runner deck. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, if anybody's interested in that, on my YouTube channel, when I did card game, board game tutorials, that was one of my card game tutorials. So if anybody wants to check that out, I think I had one of the most viewed card game tutorials that wasn't like the official one for that game. So anyway, here's some swag. Oh, the memories. The memories that I found when I was walking through some of my old stuff. Okay, all right. Once again, queue is empty. Let me see if I can have. So I was looking for a bunch of jokers because that's what this trick calls for. But maybe if I have like some blank cards, that would be sufficient. Okay, actually, maybe this will work. So I learned a new trick. I forgot which one this was. Oh, yes, that's right. I kind of want them to be, all right, 2, 3. Actually, this is not the trick I was thinking about. I was thinking about a different trick, but let me do this one because this one's fresh in my mind. Okay. All right. And it's unfortunate that I didn't know this trick when I did my 69th magic stream, because the name of this trick is called maximum penetration. I'm not kidding. I did not make this trick. That's what it's called. I'm just the messenger. I'm just telling you know. Trick request. Gibson lens has sus eyes. I would say you could look it up, but to be fair, it's kind of a tough search engine optimization issue. Blurry eyes and mind blown emote required now. All right, okay, all right. So, all right, let's. So I've never done this trick on stream. I actually haven't even done it for YouTube. At this point, I've done it for YouTube, but I haven't published it yet. So, all right, here we go. I have 5 cards here, and actually these 2 are jokers, and these are the ace through 3. But I'll show you in a second. And then this is an empty card box. It's not the one for these, but I just had this handy. So importantly, you can check it. If you were here, you could look at the box, you can open the box, you can touch the box, make sure that there's nothing on either side of the box. Yes. So anyway. Okay, so first things first. Here, let me just show you the jokers. So there's 1, and then here's 2. And then over here we have the ace, 2, and the 3 of spades. There we are. First, we're going to be using the ace. And I'm going to place the ace in between the 2 jokers, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how the ace can penetrate a joker. Okay? All right. What? Ready? Watch. Sorry. Failure to launch. Hold on. Let's do it again. There we go. That ace has penetrated through a joker. I know, it's strange. Okay. So now, let's see. We're going to go ahead and show you that we can continue the trend. That was just the first penetration with the ace. So now the second penetration will be will be I'm trying not to laugh. Will be done with the 2. Okay. So here we have the 2 in between our jokers. And here's our second penetration. Okay. All right, ready? There we go. Second penetration, as you can see. Okay. All right, so now with the 3, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Ricky Charms got the lol. All right, here we are. So here with the 3, this is where I would show you that the box is empty, but we already talked about the box. So I'm going to go ahead and place the 3 into the box, like so. And then we're going to go ahead and close that up right there. And would you believe that I can make the 3 penetrate the box? Ready? Look at that. Now, these 2 jokers, these jokers are going to penetrate reality. Because look, if I just hold my hands and squeeze them, they become 1 card. And not in like a cheesy, they're together kind of way. They're existentially 1 entity now. The entity is the 4 of spades. And you're probably thinking, oh, okay, there's a card in the box. Yeah, you're right. There. Oh! Thank you kindly for the applause. I know there's probably the card. There's a card in the box. You're right. You're right. Let me just go ahead and show you the card in the box. Now here, some people think that it's a Joker. You know, one of the two that was supposedly around. But actually, if I just show you this, this is the one that will penetrate your mind. Because here we go. Ready? That's actually the 5 of spades. And if you were here, you can go ahead and take a look in the box. There's no Jokers. And that, my friends, is maximum penetration. Just learned it the other day. Brand new trick to me. I surprisingly didn't mess that up. I was like, I was actually thinking, oh man, there's like one tough part in there, and it was. I thought it was fine from my side. Hopefully, everything looked good on your side. Um, Ricky Charms got the ha ha and the lol. And thank you kindly for the applause. Ricky Charms, thank you kindly for the nice Chan the Magic Man. And thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, and Ricky Charms, thank you so much for the lulls. And amazing, that was great. Yeah, so that's brand new. And that went pretty well. I liked it, so I thought it was pretty good. But anyway, lost opportunity. If only I knew that one for my 69th stream, would have been perfect. But meh, it's alright. We got there. Okay, so now I really wanted to look for a bunch of Jokers. Like, for real. I only needed fewer Jokers for that one. But, let me see. Can I get away with this? Yeah, okay. Maybe I can do it with blank cards instead. So this other one, I'm just going to do this as separate tricks so that I can get the count. But this other trick, I literally just learned it last night. And I don't even have any pattern to go with it, so it just might be pretty standard fare. I just have to remember what cards am I going to use here. Okay, la la la. Hold on, I'm going la 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 in my head because I need to find some cards. But hopefully you guys like it, because I was learning it and I was like, oh, this trick's pretty cool. I like it. Okay. Alright, is this everything that I need? Hold on. Yeah, brand new tricks are rough. I gotta... Okay, do this, and then this. Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, no, I need to do it this way. Okay. Okay, alright. Here we go. I think this is right, and if not, well, that's okay. Brand new trick. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Oh, and Charlie's Beats has requested one. Alright, I'm set up for this other one, so I'll do that after this. Alright, here we go. So the name of this trick, I think, is, and this is not like the real way that the trick is done. It's just my... So when we as magicians learn a trick, and we handle it differently than the prescribed way, this is my handling of this particular trick. So this one's called Little Birdland. I have no idea why. And it's made by a Japanese magician, so I haven't even watched any Japanese performances. Because ironically, the two performances that I've seen of this, one in English and one in Korean, and neither of which describe a story in which I can tell. So, Flaming Hails, welcome in. How's it going? All right, so I have 8 cards, but I want to show you that. So instead of the jokers because I need 4 jokers for this, but instead I pulled out my blank cards. So we have a blank card, and then we have a blank card. So I'm going to lay those down over here. And then, of course, we have a blank card and then a blank card. Actually, I'm going to leave this one face up. And I'll move this one face down. Yeah, or I'll move it down here. Okay, and then I want to show you guys that these are all red face cards. So here we are. Okay, those are all of our red face cards. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to place a red face card here. And I'm going to scoop one of our blank cards and place it here. But actually, I'm going to go ahead and, believe it or not, that's actually going to swap one of these, swap this blank card with that red face card. Because if I show you, here's all of the red face cards. And actually, this card is blank. I know, interesting, right? Okay. All right. Now, once again, I'm going to go ahead and place a red face card right there. And we're going to go ahead and grab this blank card right here. I'm going to swap those two once again. So look, all the red face cards are here. And if I show you. Now, here's an interesting thing. If I go ahead and I place these 3 blank cards down, and I'll place this red face card there. If I show you, here, let's go ahead and just swap these. Okay. You would expect that actually the red face cards are all up here. Because, yeah, because I actually put them all up here. But that's okay. That's okay. If I grab this packet and I just tap it on one of these red face cards will swap places with a blank card. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? But look, if I tap it on the second one, there's going to be 2 blank cards. Right? Interesting. And now, if I tap it on the third one, you'll see 3 blank cards. I know. Is that interesting? Okay. And now if I tap it on the fourth one, it will have exchanged places with all 4. Now, important question, where are the red face cards now? And a lot of people would guess they're right here. But actually what you didn't know was I pulled all of them off, and actually when you do that, it's going to look a little bit different, because I don't know if throughout that entire trick you just saw blank cards and you saw red face cards, right? At no point did you ever see the true power that is hidden within each and every card, because even a 7 of hearts has a heart in it, and like a club, the 3 of clubs, has a club in it. Well, each one has the power of the 4 aces. And that, my friends, is Little Birdland. I don't know. I didn't name it. That's just what it's called. So, there we go. Welcome in, Flaming Hails. Welcome in, Obi-Wan. How's it going? Yeah, what's up? Life is interesting, tiring. My 2-year-old kid is having trouble sleeping, but she's a joy. Let's see. Hello, did you request the merry-go-round of life yet? Oh, I don't have a trick called merry-go-round of life here. Although, let's brainstorm that really quick. So if Spirited Away had... Oh, no, sorry. It's merry-go-round of life. That's from Howl's Moving Castle. If Howl's Moving Castle had a magic trick, what would it be? Sorry, I said Spirited Away. I should know. I've seen these movies. But welcome in, Obi-Wan. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, Obi-Wan. Howl's a magician. Oh, that's right. Howl is a magician. That's pretty. That's an easy segue to get in there. All right. So what would the trick be like? That's a great question. All right. So anyway, you guys saw another brand new trick today. Oh no! Why did it change to this? Okay. I don't know why that was the focus for whatever reason. I mean, you guys didn't see anything sensitive. You literally saw OBS and what I changed the title of my Go Live notification to be. Okay. I see Charlie's Beats has requested a trick called Traveling Man. Oh no, I have to remember which decks of these cards came from. This box is this box belongs to this. Alright, hold on. Before I go mad, I need to make sure these are associated with the correct thing. Okay. Okay, all's good. I'm good. Did not mix up anything. Which I guess ultimately isn't a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but I just like having... So I have the date on when I opened a deck on some of my decks, and I'm at the point where I can actually tell like the amount of wear on certain cards if I'm like using brand new deck and there's a deck that has some wear on it. I'm like, this card's the bad one, which I guess the comfort level thing is bad, but technically it's good in that I could then use it as a marked card. By the way, most of the tricks that I do on stream do not require marked cards. Actually, do any of the tricks? I don't think any of the tricks I do on my trick list require marked cards. I do know some tricks that require marked cards, but I don't really use them because they're an added avenue that is not sleight of hand, and not that I don't like to do them, but it's just like, if people want to see sleight of hand, I'm going to show them sleight of hand versus, hey, this is a trick that, you know, and by the way, you can use marked cards and sleight of hand, and it becomes crazy more convincing. But yeah, most of the things that you see here, you don't need marked deck. I mean, I showed you guys one last week. I showed you guys the Penn and Teller marked deck. So I don't know if you figured it out, but yeah, I did do one trick that was surprising to people for that one. So okay, we have you requested Traveling Man. I was getting ready for Trading Kings, which is a completely different trick. Well, I guess it's similar, but it's... Hold on. Brain fart. You know, a lot of people use the word fart like a negative thing. But really, like, flatulence is a sign of good health. And I know that it's culturally embarrassing, but it's like just a cultural thing, right? Like, once you have a kid and you realize how much the kid farts in front of anything and everyone, and they don't care, I mean, that embarrassment is a learned thing. So... okay, alright. Alright, here we go. I'm now ready for the correct trick. I did almost mess this up. Okay, there we go. Let's see. One day you'll have to teach her to care. I mean, one day yet. Crazy Asian doesn't cheat. Now, hold on, Obi-Wan. Look, if I had sleight of hand and I was allowed to cheat in the game, which, by the way, there are very few card games that encourage sleight of hand. I've been looking for one, so if anybody knows of one, let me know. But we just learned to hold it in, says Obi-Wan. Okay, so real thing right now. So on my YouTube, so I have YouTube Premium because I have to watch like magic tricks and I don't want to be interrupted by ads because to watch like a 3-minute magic trick and have to watch like 2 30-second, it's kind of ridiculous. So anyway, but on one of my, so I hang out on YouTube a lot. I'm watching a lot of YouTube things as my primary entertainment consumption. I got served up this particular YouTube channel, which is a proctologist answering proctologist questions. And I forgot what it was. It was like, I think it was like how much toilet paper do you use per or something. And it was like 12 minutes. And I'm like, all right, let me just listen to it. If I get uncomfortable, I can obviously go away. But I'm not really. So I listened to it and I'm like, wow, he's got really interesting points. And so I'm looking at the rest of his channel and I'm like, I'm curious about some of these things. And like talking about flatulence and like pooping, it's such a taboo topic among adults. But like when you have a kid, like you're almost daily asked is like, oh, did you poop today? And it's just like, because ultimately, even if they stop like eating and drinking because they're sick, if they're still peeing and pooping, it's generally okay, like to a certain extent. Like I listen to your medical professionals. I'm not a medical professional, but I have a 2-year-old, so if that counts for anything, like, yeah. So it's just like, oh, okay, and it's surprisingly okay for some kids to not poop for a few days, and just as long as they end up still pooping, and it's like it's fine. Like, anyway, sorry to get on this weird tangent. Okay, we're gonna need Charlie. If you're still there, I will need a suit selected. But first, I just want to show you. I have 4 cards from a blue back deck and 4 cards from a red backed deck, and these are actually all. They're all the jacks. And actually, I do want to show you that all of the jacks are in the same order because we have the jacks in club, diamond, spade, and then heart. So they're in the same order. But Charlie, if you have selected a suit, go ahead and tell us what it is now, and let us know. FYI, this is also a good time to stretch and hydrate if you guys have not stretched and hydrate. Okay, we have selected spades. All right, Charlie, you've selected the spades. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that sticking out over here and over here. They are going to be in the same order, but just note that it is the third one from the top when I flip them over. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how the man, in this case the jack, travels. So we have our blue packet here, our red packet over here, and sometimes magicians will snap, and that's just for effect. But sometimes magicians snap because there's a functional reason for it, and they hide behind the claim that it is just for effect. So that snap, I actually kicked the spade from each pile into the opposite pile. I know, it's tough to believe, but here, let me show you. So there should be one card. In this case, if I show you, that's actually our Jack of Spades. And over here, show you that is actually our Jack of Spades. Now let me go ahead and put them back into their respective piles. Now, once again, if I just show you, these are all the blue cards. And these are all the red cards. And let me go ahead and show you that the spade is on the bottom. Let me go ahead and just snap again. That's going to kick the spade from each one of these piles into the other pile. And actually, there they are. That's the Jack of Spades in red. Here's the Jack of Spades in blue. Here are all the other jacks. And that, my friends, is Traveling Man. I almost forgot a thing in this trick, and I was like, oh, and I remembered in time, so it was good. Good reminder for myself. So, yeah. Full disclosure, you're probably wondering why I don't use the signed Twitch deck with this. Well, there are some, let me say, discrepancies if I were to use the signed deck. So, just between you and me. Thank you kindly for the claps. Jan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. Oh, you know who hasn't gotten a shout out today? You guys are not following our mod. Gibson Lens. Please give Gibson Lens a follow. Pianist. Plays a lot of wonderful music. Composes a lot of his own wonderful music. Mod here. So. Anyway, Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the request. That was good, that was good. I don't know if I've done that one in a bit too. It feels like I haven't. You're welcome, Bert. Okay. Whew. So let's see. I don't have to rush off tonight, although I did start a few minutes early today. By a few, I mean literally maybe 3, so not a big deal. But normally I have to rush to do my Monday video for Magic for YouTube, but I already did it, so I don't have to wait for tomorrow for that in this case. But I do have work tomorrow, so that's kind of the thing. There's kind of going to be, I don't know if it's a skeleton crew, but definitely fewer people at work this week. But definitely next week, a lot of people are going to be out, myself included. So the week of the 18th to the 20th, I'm only going to be working 2 days. So then the rest of the time I'll be off on holiday vacation. So anyway, fingers crossed that I have like some time to do a daytime stream. Although how it's panning out to be looking is I'm probably going to be doing last minute Christmas preparation. So I guess we'll see. I suppose the audience could potentially be different during the day because also holiday time, so other people might be off. Let's see. Oh, we had a couple of boss tricks last time. One of which was one that I almost couldn't remember how to progress with. So let me just face that right now, because otherwise I'm going to be afraid for another week. So yeah, I don't want to do that. And not that I think that the creator of the trick would even watch my videos. But if he did, I would be embarrassed if I did not follow this up the following week and hopefully do it in a more successful fashion. Um, okay. So, here we go. Red, blue, oil, and water. Alright, so I have 4 cards here. We have 2 red backed cards and 2 blue backed cards. And the red backed cards are red faced, and the blue backed cards are black faced because we don't have blue faced cards, basically. Um, so here's the question. What if we were to mix up the cards? So what if we were to mix up the cards like this? Now you would think that they would remain mixed, but actually if I show you, they are unmixed. Once again, if I was to mix them up, you would expect them to be mixed up on the other side too. But if I go ahead and I show you, I've already messed this up. Alright, here we go. We're gonna mulligan. And actually, before I mulligan, let me go ahead and run through this in my mind because I think I need to. Because I'm obviously forgetting how it's done. I did rehearse this like last week, and then I haven't done it for a week. So. Okay. Oh, is that why? I'm just dumb. Hold on. I do this. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. So lame. I'm just bad at this trick. Clearly, that's why I need to practice it. Okay, we're gonna get this today. If we don't get this today, then my name isn't Nom. Okay. Okay, so we do that, and then we do this. I just can't get past like the initial. If I can, once I get past the initial, it should be fine. I'm not revealing the secrets of magic, right? Yeah, that would be hilarious. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Okay, this is like I'm glad that I am a small streamer because at times like this it would be extremely stressful if there were a lot of people here. So whoever's here, thanks for being here. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm glad that you did not bring 100 of your friends. Few friends, okay. 100 friends might be a little overwhelming. Okay, so once again, we have 4 cards. 2 red, 2 blue, and the 2 red ones are red. The 2 red backed ones are red faced, and then the 2 blue backed ones are black faced. And now what I'm going to do is, if I intermix them on this side, you will see that they're intermixed. But actually, if I snap my fingers and I flip it over, you'll see that they're not mixed. I know, interesting, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place a card into the place a blue card into the red cards like this, and once again, if I snap, you would actually expect them to be mixed, right? But if I show you, they're actually not mixed. Now some people think that they know how this trick is done, because if I just mix them on this side, and you can verify that they're also mixed on this side, they actually think that I'll surreptitiously unmix them like this, and in the process of unmixing it, they miss that perhaps it was not unmixed in the first place, because if I show you, they are indeed still mixed. So anyway, but all I have to do is flip the packet over, and show you that they are not mixed, and they are, as you see. I didn't get creative with the patter, but I think if I just kept it going, that worked out. That was fine. That was good. So, I kind of feel like I don't deserve to not make it a boss trick, but so we'll say we beat the boss, but I'm gonna leave it on my boss trick list for next week. Mike2600 says, I was just about to accuse you of unsurreptitiously mixing the cards. Oh, well, Mike2600, thank you for just about accusing me surreptitiously on mixing the cards. So yeah. Alright, so I'll say I beat the boss trick, but I'm not going to remove it because I don't think I deserve to remove it, even though that went pretty smoothly that second time. But I technically rehearsed like on screen, so on stream. Okay, so that'll be it. It's not that I don't know how to do it. It's just I forget how to do the beginning. The rest of it seemed fine actually. So once I got grooving, it was okay. Welcome in. Good to see you. Let's see. If you guys are not following our friend Mike2600, please give Mike2600 a follow. When he has streamed on Twitch, normally does DJing, but we have also seen him streaming Magic as well. He will do Sleight nights. And actually, the last time he streamed Magic, it was for a charity event. So, at least the last time I caught you doing Magic. Okay, let's see here. The trick queue is open if anybody would like to see something. Feel free to request a trick. Damn, that was a long time ago. I mean, Mike2600. It happens. Life happens. And actually, you're doing real gigs, so you have an avenue for it. I am a software engineer, and then I don't really get a chance to go out to do Magic with people much, because now I have a 2-year-old that I have to contend with. But I did get a lot of Magic out of my system when I traveled to TwitchCon in Vegas and New Orleans for work. And my wife had my wife attended a work party where I was able to go, and she and I tag team taking care of the kid. So when I was tagged in, I could do Magic for her. Checking the gaff meter. Welcome in, and thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Checking the gaff meter. Is there a trick that you would like me to perform for your resub? Oh, excellent heat map. Today tastes like sriracha. Heat maps are sriracha. Let's see. Mike says, I've been magicing in real life much more than on the internet. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I probably would be too, now that, if I didn't have a kid. Mike says, raising a kid is real magic. Yes. I'm not going to hide that. Doritos! Thanks for the Doritos, checking the gaff meter. Let's see here. We have a request from Charlie's Beats. Once again, checking the gaff meter. If you have anything you would like me to request, or if you want a random one, feel free. Mike2600, thank you so much for the resub. Aw, damn. Aw, damn. Alright, hold on. I don't know if you... First of all, thank you so much for the Prime sub, Mike2600. For those of you guys who don't know, when we have a hype train, that means I have to try and do as much magic as fast as possible, which I am, right now, I'm kind of defaulting to things that I know. I'm sorry if some of these are repeats. Okay, alright, so, let's see. First things first, we are going to set aside the 4 4s, and we're going to need a card selected. And I'm going to know what it is because I'm going to see it. Alright, cool. So here's our selection. The selection is going to be 6 of diamonds. Now, the 6 of diamonds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take it and place it right here. And then we're going to end up using the 4 4s to try and do something interesting with it. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and turn all 4 4s face down. And what I'm going to do is, let me go ahead and just wave my hand over all of these cards. 1, 2, 3, and I don't know if you know, but all these 4 cards have turned into 1 card. And actually, if you take a look at this 1 card that's sticking out over here, that's actually 4 cards. Because the 1 card is actually the 6 of diamonds, and those 4 cards are actually the 4 4s. Okay, excellent. Okay, now what are we gonna do here? Alright, we would need a card selected. Mike 2600. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, if you like that, let me know. I can tell you what it was later. Okay. Get on the train, says Mike 2600. All aboard, Sachin. Mike 2600, thank you so much for the bits. Sure, send me the deck through the internet pipes. Okay, I'll be doing that for you after the hype train's over. Okay, so here, it doesn't matter that I know what the card is, but let me just go ahead and, I'm just going to go ahead and show you that here's the card. We have the Jack of Hearts. Now look, if I go ahead and I take the Jack of Hearts and I place it into the middle of the deck, what we're going to see is that there's going to be something strange happening to the card, because now there's nothing super strange or weird here. However, if I was to just show you that that card has turned itself face down into the deck like this. Now you might know how that trick is done, but so here, let me just go ahead and show you. That is the Jack of Hearts. Now, here's the second half of the trick. So look, if I go ahead and I take the Jack of Hearts and I place it face down into a face down deck of cards like this. Spoilers, this might have given away how the first half of the trick is done. Some people think it's still on the top, but if I show you the card on the top, that's not their card, that's some other card. And actually, let me just show you that all of the cards are. I'm gonna flip all the cards into the same direction. See, so now you see that you might have just seen the card there, but look, all I have to do is snap, and actually all the cards are facing the same direction except for that one. That one card is, what was it? The Jack of Hearts. I know. Okay. Oh my God, so many people chat now. PD Rasta says, nice. Welcome in, PD Rasta. How's it going? Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and grab this Jack of Hearts, and I'm going to go ahead and place it into the middle of the deck. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shuffle it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something horrid, something abominable, and actually something that Checking the Gaff Meter hates. I'm sorry, Checking the Gaff Meter. But it's going to be shuffling in face down into face up cards. I know, it'll pain me more than it pains you. So, because, you know, I'm going to have to be the one that fixes it by the end of this. But, so here, I'm going to go ahead and push those in together. Sometimes it's tough, even though I fiddle with cards all the time, and I shouldn't be struggling as much. But anyway, so here, what we've got here is super weird situation. We have some face-up into face-down cards. It's kind of ridiculous. And just to show you how horrible it is, look, we have a back to a face. We have a face to a back. We even have a back to a back. Yeah, some of these are super crazy. But all we have to do is, let's bring out the deck sock. We can't have a hype train without the deck sock, right? And the deck sock is going to go ahead and tap that deck. And here we go. The entire deck has been fixed. Ding. Let's just bask in the... I was about to say let's bask in the calm of the ding, and then but anyway, thank you so much for the hype train, everybody. And I'm gonna have to catch up with chat in a sec. But here, what was our card? It was the checking the gaff meter's got the transporter as well. Here we are. This face down card. I'm gonna leave it. Oh, there we go. Jack of Hearts. There we go. A deafening silence. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So thank you so much to Check the Gaff Meter for the resub, and Mike2600 for the Prime sub, and Mike2600 for the additional bits. Thank you so much, guys, for that hype train. Completely unexpected, and I was not really prepared, but we did it anyway. So I still did a bunch of tricks. Oh, they're all coming through now. Yes, they're all coming through now. Yes, because the hype train music is one gigantic sound alert. So that's how that works. At least that's how it works on my stream. I'm sure I could finagle it somehow. You did great. Thanks. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do the invisible deck first, and then we'll do wild card. And let me see here. What's going on? Alright, I'm just going to catch up with chat really quick here. I don't know why I just did that. I sometimes maybe make weird noises that I don't expect that I make. Oh, sure, send me the deck through the internet. Okay, that's awesome. That's this trick. And then thank you kindly for the emotes and the hype and the chat and the resubs and the bits. Thank you, everybody. And let's see here. Yeah, I forgot. I know I don't know if I've internalized it, but they changed hype train so that I guess 2 events will trigger the hype train instead of 3. So I guess that means more hype trains technically, because I think it's probably easier to do incidents of 2 hype train or 2 event hype trains than 3. Gibson Lindsay, glorious. Chan the Magic Man says hype. Getting on the train, all aboard. Thanks for the bits and the sound alerts. Hype music, yes. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that music gets me hype all the time. So, and then I saw that the Peter Rasta said nice, and then checking the gaff meter has got the tears. Then the deck sock, a deafening silence. Okay, I'm caught up. Thank you, kind of, for the claps. Checking the gaff meter. You did great. I'll remember that. Sorry. No worries. It's fine. I just thought it was funny that when they came through, I was like, "Oh, that ding! It's so calming." And then badumts, and I was like, "Ah!" I thought that was funny. Anyway, okay, all right. Checking the gaff meter. I have a deck of cards here. You know, this is the deck of cards that we're going to send through the internet pipes. Ta-da! All right, here we go. Checking the gaff meter. I'm going to send you this deck through the internet pipes. You're going to get it. It'll just be invisible, but if you've seen this before, I don't know if you're keeping your spreadsheet, but you can name a different card this time. Or the same one. I don't know. So here we go. Have you guys ever seen that old sci-fi show called Sliders? I imagine the deck going through the internet pipes looking like that animation when they slide in between. They called them worlds in that, which I guess would be consistent with the interpretation of many worlds for the alternate universes or whatever, but I think there's another term that they're starting to use. All right, got it. All right, checking the gaff meter. Awesome. Open up the box, take the cards out, spread them out. You could feel them. You might not be able to see them because they're invisible, but go ahead and take one card and then make sure you know what it is. Turn it over, put it back into the spread, close up the deck, put it back in the box, and then send it back to me. And then once you've done that, let me know. In the meantime, I will continue reminiscing about Sliders. So yeah, I imagine that animation going through looks like them going through the Sliders I forgot if they called it a portal or a gate. There's just so many words that people use in different sci-fi shows. But anyway, I think in my mind, I've akin to calling it quantum realities. All right, closed box, sending to you. Okay, all right. I'm preparing my body for the box. Here we go. Here we go. I think they used to call this diaper catch, because like doing this is a diaper throw with a ball, right? It's a diaper catch. Here we go. Okay, okay. Here we are. So I have the deck now. It is back in my possession. At this point, I will not break away with the camera. So, here we go. Checking the gaff meter. It is now safe. Go ahead and tell us which card it was that you turned over. And then we will show you that this is the same box. 9 of hearts. 9 of hearts. Okay. So here's the thing. If I show you this, I just want everybody to know. And I do tell everybody this at the end of stream, but yeah, everything that you see here is sleight of hand card magic. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the deck. And look, what we're going to see is just one card facing in the opposite direction. Like if I show you all these cards, right? Alchemutation! Oh, hold on. Hands up. I'm not doing anything. Alchemutation, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Okay, alright. First things first, before I do anything else, I'm just going to finish up this trick because we're very close to the end. So here we go. The card that was selected was the 9 of hearts. Okay, alright. Now I'm going to say hi to everybody that came in. Alchemutation, Craig, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing today? Thank you so much for the raid. Oh yes, thank you for the shout out for Alchemutation. Guys, if you're not following our friend Alchemutation, please give Craig Alchemutation a follow. So, plays guitar, plays community games. When he plays, if you are not listening to what he calls Smilecore, if you're not smiling, then it's probably not Craig. But anyway, thank you so much for the raid. And also, if you didn't know, Alchemutation, #1 raider into here, because I think Alchemutation has raided in here at least probably 17 times, 17 or 18. I've lost count, but it's somewhere around there, I think. But anyway, welcome in Alchemutation, Viera Kiranov, David Air on the air. Hold on, my chat is slow to scroll here. Good, thanks. All right, how was stream? What did you do today? Did you play music today? And there's Chan yelling, Craig! Oh, this would probably make more sense if I did this. So now you can actually see Craig! It probably didn't make any sense before. Played music, it was good. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, otherwise you might have thought that I had a weird speech impediment where I said, Craig! Actually, if I just modulate the A, it can almost be a song, right? Anyway, also, thank you kindly for the claps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for the request and the resub. Checking the gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. Craig, is there a trick that you would like me to perform for you for the raid and/or for me to present to your community that you've brought over here? That's actually how it's pronounced. Craig! It's like Tarzan Craig. David on the air. David on the air. I don't know if I'm following you, so let me give you a follow there. check you out later. Let's see what David on the Air. David on the Air is an actor musician, usually based out of Los Angeles, occasionally out of New England. I'm from New England originally. Member of the Codex Twitch feed. Oh god! Sorry, I've clicked on a thing and then it made it do the musical thing. Hold on. Where did that tab go? Oh my god! Hold on. What did it open in? It opened over here. Okay, there we go. It's just occurred to me that I'm probably going to have to edit that out if I put this up on YouTube now. David, yeah, thank you for the shout out. Oh yeah, no problem, David. Sorry for, I don't know if that was too loud for everybody else, but it was more startling to me probably than anybody else. But David, was that you? Was that, because I think that was your page. Or was that an ad? Because I don't know. Alright. Okay, alright. Whew. But, anyway, Craig, hopefully everything went well and, all was good, and thanks for hopping in. Greatly appreciate it. It's actually my song, so don't worry getting banned on YouTube/Twitch. Oh, okay, great, thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, I'm not, so, like, yeah, normally, I'm not too concerned if it's, like, a Twitch friend, but I am concerned about, like, because YouTube algorithm might be like, hey, this music, blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, okay. Twisting Picasso's arm. All right, excellent. Okay, we'll do that one for the Raiders. All right, let's see here. Let me grab some cards from a thing. Oh, wait. I don't have to do this. Did I set aside a... Hold on. Was I smart ahead of time and I did this? Yes, okay. Alright, guys. This is wonderful. And this is why I have tons of cards, because then I can make little packets that look like this. So... Anyway, you could do all of these, you could do this trick, it does with 2 regular decks of cards, but having the cards set aside ahead of time makes life way easier. Okay. Okay, let's just make sure, oh god, I just dropped the packet. Hold on. Alright. Okay, so, I have a packet of cards here. They're all red face cards. So there we are. Now, you'll notice that these are all red backed cards. However, if you didn't know, the cards color on the back, they're like ink, but not like printer ink. It's more like painter ink. And so, look, if I grab a blue card here, all I have to do is just dip my fingers into this and just tap this. And actually, one of those red-backed cards turns into a blue-backed card. I know. Is that strange? Super strange, right? Now, once again, if I go ahead and I tap this and I place it into this pile, you'll see a second card turn into a blue-backed card. So now there's 2 blue-backed cards. And now, once again, if I go ahead and tap back here and just place it on this pile, you'll see that we have 3 blue-backed cards and only 1 red-backed card. And I do want to show you that we do have 1 red-backed card left. And you'll see it until the very last second, because all I have to do is take some here and I spread it very liberally, and actually now all of the cards, let me just make sure I've done this correctly. all of the cards are now blue-backed cards. And that, my friends, is Twisting Picasso's Arm. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for the raid, Craig. And thank you so much for bringing your community over. Hello. By the way, I should probably introduce myself. I did not do that yet. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled with a K, 2 E's, 3 N's. And I like to do Sleight of Hand card magic. That's mostly what I stream on Sundays for Sleight of Hand Sunday, which is where you're at right now. But other times, if you catch me, I might be doing something else like playing games. But that has been infrequent at best lately. So, full disclosure. So, the cards that are in this packet are the original version of what I came up with for Twisting Picasso's Arm. And I've adjusted it since, so I almost messed up at the end. And I was like, wait a second, this is the old version. So, thank you so much for the claps. David on the air, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, Chan the Magic Man, and David on the air's got the Jabated. And oh, thank you for the follow, David on the air. Greatly appreciate it. Sorry, David Air on the air. Okay, I missed the extra air there. It's my apologies. Okay, all right. So I've been set up for wildcard for like 3 tricks, and then we had a hype train, and then we had a raid, and Charlie's Beats has been waiting so patiently. Thanks for being patient, Charlie. So here is a trick called wildcard. All right, so first things first, we have a bunch of cards. We have a 9 of spades, 9 of spades, a 9 of spades, a 9 of spades. It's Queen of Hearts. This is the one that's super weird. The 9 of spades, 9 of spades, 9 of spades, and 9 of spades. So that's basically 8, 9 of spades, and Queen of Hearts. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just place these all face up and face down in a weird pattern. I mean, I guess it's not that weird, but. And what we're going to do is show you the power of. Actually, Charlie, do you want me to theme this as the Queen of Hearts, being the Borg Queen, and assimilating everybody? Because that's how we've done it before. I know you like Star Trek, so let me know if you want it that way or if you want it a different way. Sure, okay. Alright, for those of you who don't know, this Queen of Hearts is actually, I mean, maybe from our view is evil, but from their point of view, they just want to assimilate everything, because they're like, we want your technological and biological distinctiveness. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, then you're probably not a Star Trek fan, but that's okay. Chromopunk, welcome. Resistance is futile, says Chromopunk. Welcome in, how's it going? So, yeah, all this Queen of Hearts needs to do, so the Borg Queen, all the Borg Queen has to do is just grab some assimilation tubules and encounter our first. All of the 9 of Hearts, they are various different individuals. We don't want to call them all Starfleet officers because, you know, they can assimilate non-Starfleet officers, so they're just people. Non-Borg people. Hindu soon, welcome in. You will be assimilated. Yes, that's right. So here we go. The Queen, the Borg Queen has assimilated the first, and they become, well, in this case, they become a Borg Queen. So that's how they multiply. Yeah, that's right. So look, here's another unfortunate individual. And look, the Borg Queens are going to, and actually, if you've seen, you know, there may or may not be more than one Borg Queen. You don't know. So, but look. This 9 has also become a Borg Queen as well. And so now we have lots of Borg. So this Borg is going to surround this Borg, and if we just, now all the, there's going to be a smorgasbord. This is horrible. I'm sorry. Or you're welcome, whatever. So look, okay, so boom, and then boom. Look, there's going to be assimilation on the table. Assimilation is occurring because yeah, I mean, just look at it, right? So once again, if I just go ahead and just throw those in, there we go. I don't know why. I mean, I think the tubule sounds more like no, that almost sounds like lift tube doors. But anyway, look, I'm not that guy from Police Academy, okay? So I can't make sound effects with my mouth. I just do magic. That's what I'm doing. Okay, all right, here we go. Once again, we're just gonna go ahead and look. The 9 is still there. Here we go. And of course, the Borg Queen is going to assimilate it, because there we go. And then once again, we can do this 1, 2, 3. And that, my friends, is Wildcard, themed as the Queen of Hearts being the Borg Queen, assimilating everybody. And now everybody is a Borg Queen. And that, my friends, is Wildcard. All right, so let's see. Oh, yes, Michael Winslow is the best. That's right, exactly. I was trying to recall his name during the trick, but I'm like, let's not mess up the trick, and then we'll get there. Thank you so much for the claps. Charlie's Beats, David Air, Chan the Magic Man, Gibson Lens. And thanks for chiming in, everybody, for the comments about assimilation. Delicious. Alright, here, we'll give everybody a free transporter. Transporters for you, transporters for you, transporters for you, transporters for everybody. I've eaten a lot of heat maps. That's a lot of heat maps. Okay. I know Chan the Magic Man has actually done this trick with Pokemon cards, so. Great job, Chan. Let me know if you need some help on that patter, because people who play Pokemon will then understand and be like, yo, that's right. That's awesome. So. Okay, wild card. That's all set. Alright, if anybody would like to request any magic, feel free. The queue is open. Alright, let's see. Things to show off since the last couple of oh, while I was cleaning up stuff. So there's one trick on my trick list that is not magic. And normally that's a Rubik's Cube solve. I would normally use this one. But I found this other one, and it is way cuter. So yeah, look at the size of this. It is comparatively smaller. Operates the same. Actually, I think it's better than a regular real Rubik's Cube, which I have for comparison now over here. This is a real Rubik's Cube. So here's how it is to turn this one. And even if we just slightly, turn one of the faces, is great. And then now, so here, this is how smooth it is to turn a real Rubik's Cube. Now let me just turn one of the faces just a little tiny bit. It is not turning more than this. It is almost not turned. Like, it is just slightly. But if I were to do that here, like, it's perfectly fine. Like, I could... Anyway. Robbie's Realm, welcome in. How's it going? Aw, alright, excellent. That's, how are you doing, Robbie Realm? Yeah, I still need help with the patter. Alright, awesome. We'll get there, Chan. And then, it's a speed cube. Yeah. Alright. Also, I got to this point where I was looking at things. Let's see, David on the air says, after midnight here. Oh yeah, totally. If you're on the East Coast, I'm also after midnight, so it is also 12:18 here. Gonna hit the hay. Good to meet you, Nam. Nice meeting you, David. I'm pretty sure I may have met you at TwitchCon Vegas. Oh, sweet. Perhaps, yeah. Nice to catch a stream. Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping in, David. And Also, if anybody who is here wants to catch me and they can't do my schedule because I know my schedule is weird, I have all of my stuff. Oh, hold on. I totally am bad. Let me just use this. I have all of my stuff on YouTube. So basically, the VODs, if you can't catch me live, if you want to catch a VOD, if the VODs fall off retention, I basically push them to my YouTube. So basically, all my VODs are over there as well. And then I also do a bunch of magic tricks on my YouTube. So if anybody wants that available to them, feel free. Anyway, have a good night, David Ayer. Take care. And Robbie's Drum says, I said aw to the tiny cube. Oh, yeah, totally makes sense. I understand. And, oh, yes, also, check out Magic Twitch. If you are not following everybody in that link tree for Magic Twitch, that's all 4 Magic streamers that we know of that have a regular Magic schedule. So we know a lot more magicians that stream on Twitch, but not many of them have a regular Magic streaming schedule. Okay, where was I going with this? Oh, yes. I found that I was looking at things for my daughter, but not right now, maybe for a couple years from now. So there's like activities that I want to do with her. And one of the things from my childhood was Cat's Cradle. It used to be super popular at school. I don't know if it's still popular at school, but I was like, if I get some Cat's Cradle strings, I could potentially even use them for magic. But I don't know any rope magic or string magic that doesn't require, cutting them. So I'm not quite there yet. But I wanted to show you guys that I have this extreme muscle memory for one thing that I learned. So here's a Cat's Cradle string. Actually, Gibson Len says, I remember Cat's Cradle. Yes, right? So here, Cat's Cradle, I'm going to, so I remember how to do Jacob's Ladder. And I remembered it purely through muscle memory because when I did this and I picked it up, I was like, I remember all these moves. So here we go. This is a free... I should probably make this a redeem, but in all honesty, I just wanted to show you guys I was so excited. So here we go. And here is Jacob's Ladder. That was like muscle memory from like maybe 25, 30 years ago. Like, what? We used to be able to get so far in Cat's Cradle, like in 3rd grade. Whoa. Yeah, yeah, and then there's like variations on that particular thing. I think like Eiffel Tower is very similar. This one I had to look up a little bit. Oh no. What am I doing? I'm doing bananas. Here's bananas. Pull on a string. You know. Anyway, I've never seen this one. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. And then I think Eiffel Tower is similar to the combination of those two. So here. Oh, I've messed that up. All right. Well, that's okay. I just wanted to bring it up because I was like, that's cool. And I did learn one trick with this. So look, if I go ahead and I place this around my neck. Oh, hold on. This might look weird with the. If I place this around my neck and I try and pull against these two, it's gonna choke me like this. I'm not gonna do that because that would be horrible. But actually, there's a way to pass this through my neck if I pull it really tight. See, watch, ready? There we go. So that's like the one magic thing I can do. Wow, all the ones we knew used 2 people. It was a sequence. Oh yeah. The original Cat's Cradle is yes. Here, let me. I used to be able to do one in grade school. Yeah. So the original Cat's Cradle starts like the game's Cat's Cradle is this. So you start off like this, and then you do this, and then yeah, you have a second person take this. Now, if I can transpose this, I think, to the mat, but okay, I have to read these properly. So if I do this and do this, it's single person Cat's Cradle, most challenging thing ever. Okay, there we go. So now we have this, which is basically like the same thing, just held down. But so then I can do this. I've never really tried to do this with one person before. Okay, I might have just lost it. But anyway, yep, that's it. Okay, all right, Mike 2600. We've got it. We've got it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got this. My wife and I tried it the other day, and we ran probably for like a good 7 minutes. But I was trying to do it in front of my daughter to get her intrigued with this and being like, oh, I want to do that, but she's probably still too young. She's not intrigued by it yet. So yeah. Okay. All right. So, queue is empty. If anybody wants to request any magic, I think I'm thinking about wrapping up like in the next 20 minutes or so. So actually, let's do a last call. Last call. I don't know why I did how, but it was just like, oh, okay. I guess muscle memory. Let's see. Oh, Charlie has requested a trick. Excellent. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie. Sorry, am I pronouncing it wrong? Should I pronounce it Charlie? Charlie. Okay. Let me hope I remember. I was watching some performances of this trick, and I'm like, I do it way different than everybody else. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, first things first, I'm going to make a prediction. So let me just scroll through and find a card that I'm feeling good about. This is going to be our prediction. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to have to try and find 3 cards, and then eventually those 3 cards, when we reveal them, should make the prediction an impressive prediction somehow. So first things first, what we're going to do is once again, let's go through and feel our way to our first card. So like here. All right. So let me just go ahead and flip this over. The Ace of Hearts. So if the Ace of Hearts is here, that means that the next the next card, it has to either be an ace or it has to be a heart in order to be impressive, right? So let's see here. Let's go ahead and grab, here's the Ace of Clubs. So it looks like they're going to be the aces. So let's see, which one will we find next? Ace of Diamonds. Okay, so if this is the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, and the Ace of Diamonds, then what should this card be in order for the prediction to match? It should be the Ace of Spades, right? Well, what if I told you that Charlie's Beats knew where this was going, and Charlie was going to somehow mess up the trick? He was like, no, 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 that wasn't the Ace of Hearts that you found. It was actually my signed card, the 5 of hearts. Oh, like damn it, Charlie. You're good. This is like my 69th stream again. He called me out. Like, hey, wasn't there a deck that you said we were going to pull out for the 69th stream? And I was like, ah. So yes. Well, that's okay. That's okay, Charlie. It's fine. You know what? As a magician, I can fix this. It's cool. It's cool. Because look, if I just grab Charlie's Beats 5 of hearts and I just fix my prediction, so like the ace of clubs actually becomes the 5 of clubs, and actually if the ace of diamonds becomes the 5 of diamonds, and my prediction the entire time, or did I just change it, was actually the 5 of spades. So there we have it, my friends. We've matched the cards. Once again, Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the request. Greatly appreciate it. And yes, no, Charlie didn't try and sabotage this at all. It's fine. It's just part of a story. It's okay. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Jen the Magic Man. Thank you for the request, Charlie. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's see. There is one trick from last week that was a boss trick that I didn't really get a chance to do better. Actually, let me just double check. Or is it just the thing in my memory where it's like, hey. I did have to let my magic friends know this past week that I've finally realized that I think I've reached that point in which there are too many tricks that I know, and I cannot keep them all in my head. And I had to confess that. And I've probably reached that point already, but, you know, just had to say it out loud. And I'm like, I can't keep all of the tricks in my head now. That's the reality. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put in, and once again, if anybody wants to request anything, oh wow, I typed that in wrong and it still got it. All right, perfect. After this trick, we'll close the queue, and if we haven't seen anything else, I'll still put in a finale trick, and then we'll probably call that a stream. So here we are. Oh, and this is a boss trick, so here we go. Thanks for being here, everybody. Help me get past this boss trick. There we go. Okay, so I have the 4 jacks. Let me introduce you to all of the jacks. We have the jack of spades. We have the jack of hearts. We have the jack of clubs, and we have the jack of diamonds. So, if you were here, I would have you cut off about 3/4 of the deck and just place it in a pile over here. You can vary your cut by a few cards, just as long as it's roughly there. And now I could ask you to go ahead and cut about 2/3 of the cards off of here onto here, and we could go ahead and do that there. Once again, you can vary by a few cards, and then I would ask you to cut about half of this packet, and we would place it down here. Now what I want to do is I want to mark each one of these where we've cut with one of these jacks. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that there. Let's go ahead and mark this one with a jack as well. And then we're going to go ahead and mark this one with a jack. And then we'll mark this last one with a jack. There it is. And now we'll pull out our deck sock friend. Hello, deck sock friend. Deck sock's going to do a miracle. Here we go. He's going to make all of the jacks jump from each one of the piles down to this pile here. And now you don't have to believe it. That's okay. As I say, we're not a religion. We don't need believers. We just want to show you some magic. And here we are. Jack of clubs, Jack of diamonds, Jack of spades, and Jack of hearts. Let's go ahead and use the spinner again, because why not? Now, would you believe that not only did the deck sock do that miracle, but also, what if I were to show you that the deck sock also somehow caused the weird coincidence in the past by having you cut to oddly coincidental places? The 5 of diamonds, the 5 of clubs, the 5 of spades, and of course underneath the spinner is Charlie's Beat signed 5 of hearts. That would have been hilarious if it was not that, because I was saying it ahead of time. That, my friends, is Birds of a Feather, and I'll say a successful boss trick. Huzzah! All right. Whew. That was good. I felt like the magic was good tonight. I felt like the magic was okay. I didn't go too crazy as far as like messing up too many times. I felt worse last week when I messed up a couple of tricks. I practiced them and I learned new. It was kind of crazy. I showed 2 new tricks today and I did them fine. And I was like, ugh, if only all new tricks could go like that. Like, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Gibson Lens, Charlie's Beats. Alright, let's go ahead and close the queue. Let's do this. And let's figure out, and Alchemmutation. Thank you for the claps. Alright, let's go ahead and, I don't think I did, alright. I don't think I've done Dazed in a bit, so let's go ahead and do this for our finale. What? Oh, I found it! Man, I'm so bad at typing today. It's okay. Alrighty, friends. It is that time of night in which I say thank you so much to everybody who came out tonight. Thank you if you interacted with the stream, if you chatted, if you requested a trick, if you clicked on the heat map, if you chose a suit. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. Also, thank you so much for all the lurkers out there, because if I was just here doing practice, there's no magic happening. I know how the tricks are done, so the magic happens in your mind. But also disclaimer, yes, I don't do black magic or sorcery or any deals with the devil. I just do sleight of hand card magic. And maybe some great presentations. I'm just using the word great. I think normally I would use glorious, but I felt like that would overstate my abilities. Also, thank you so much to everybody who supported during that hype train. Thank you for the sub, the resub, checking the gaff meter, Mike2600. Also, thank you so much to Alchemmutation for the raid. Greatly appreciate it. Once again, the current front runner of raiders to this channel. So thank you so much, Alchemmutation, Craig, for doing that. Oh, Craig, I forgot. I was going to record something and send you something on a trick on how to do that twisting trick. So let me. I know about it. I'm aware of it. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but let me do that. I'll send you something, and then we can work on it if you want. So you let me know. Okay, and then also, thank you so much for just being you guys. Like, honestly, there's some days where I was like, oh man, I want to stream. I'm too tired. And like most of the days it's like video gamey and I'm like, oh, that's okay. I don't need to stream. But I maintain that I'm like, if I'm feeling that way on Sunday, I still want to stream on Sunday. So that's kind of like the mood and attitude that I'm in. So I'm like, all right. So keeping my motivation high. So thank you so much, chat and community and everybody being here. So thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Okay. All right. Let's one final reminder to hydrate and stretch. I'll do the finale trick, and then we will find somebody to raid. Oh, disclaimer, if I mess up the finale trick, I will have another trick. Okay, alright, here we are. So, I've got some cards here. We have a six of diamonds, we have a queen of clubs, and then we have four other cards. Now, here's the thing. On the backs, you'll see that these cards look pretty normal. But if I actually flip the packet over, you'll see that there's a bunch of other backs. So that's a little bizarre, right? So these, oh, actually, except for this one. This one is a blank card. So we'll just leave that right there. But look, if I just show you, these are all weird double back cards, but they have a very strange property. So if I actually go ahead and I grab this six of diamonds and I hover this packet over the six of diamonds, something strange is going to happen actually. If you see that all of the cards have actually changed into six of diamonds. Is that bizarre? That's super bizarre, right? That's super weird. That shouldn't happen. Now if I go ahead and I pull the queen of clubs, if I go ahead and just hover this over the queen of clubs, something strange happens actually. Believe it or not, all of the cards turn into a queen of clubs. Queen of clubs, queen of clubs, queen of clubs, queen of clubs. Queen of clubs for you, queen of clubs for you. But now we have this really strange card. It's blank. And actually, you can kind of see like all the cards are still the queen of clubs. But if I just go ahead and I just turn this card over on top of the packet, that actually is the thing that somehow changes it. Because look, now all the cards are blank. And now at this point, some people think, hey, I want to see the backs. And I'm like, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 backs. There you go. And that, my friend, is Dazed. And we'll call that a successful finale. So, Chan says, thanks. Chan says, have a glorious night. Thank you for that, Chan. Gibson Len says, oh, that's right. And guys, if you are not, I almost forgot. If you guys are not following our mod, I said, did I say mud? If you guys are not, show some mod love to our mod, Gibson Lens. If you guys are not following Gibson Lens, please give Bert a follow. Plays popular music, plays VGM, sight reads from songbooks, notably Disney and Phantom of the Opera are probably the two most popular songbooks. But if you like Tori Amos, he has a Tori Amos songbook too. And also, he composes a lot of his own originals. So please give Gibson Lens a follow. Also, you might oftentimes see me in there because he and I mod for each other. All right, cool. So let's call that a stream. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats, checking the gaff meter, Gibson Lens. I almost forgot. I'm sorry. I caught myself though. I caught it before the end stream. Let's see. And let's see. I don't know who's on, and I haven't been looking. And I never look until I'm ready. I don't want to be one of those people that spends 20 minutes deciding who to raid. I don't think I'm like that, but like, I don't want to be more often that person that like defines the raid target and then they raid out. Because like, I feel like that happens. Like probably more often than not. So let's see who's on, and also because I finally noticed that I've now follow enough people that there's a lot of people in the follow list that I can see. I try and raid someone that I haven't raided before. Ooh, okay, hold on. Let me check. I must consult the spreadsheet. Just to see who I rated kind of semi-recently, kind of not. Okay. That was more streams ago. Okay. Oh, let me also make sure that they're still going for a while and not rating out quite yet, because that happens. Let me mute this tab. I'm almost certain I'm going to get an ad. But, okay, so this person we haven't rated for... Hold on. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. For 11 streams. Not since, I think, October. So, and then the other people I was thinking about rating, we've rated them since. So, all right, looks like he's still going. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to be rating our friend, the Friendly Fiddler. So, here we go. We're going to start the raid, and then we'll do raid calls. If you guys would like to copy a raid call, and also if you have suggestions for raid calls, feel free to let me know somewhere. Okay, alright. Once again, thank you so much for everybody coming out tonight, and hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I certainly had a good time. I also felt like the magic tonight went pretty well, from my perspective. So the fact that I nailed 2 new tricks, that is so cool to me. Normally I'll do 1, and that's considered a success. Doing 2 new ones, I'm like, yeah, that feels so good. All right, guys, take care of yourselves and take care of your loved ones around you, and we'll see you around. Okay. Bye.